Hello guys, welcome to today's solution. Today's solution is actually a make readable solution, make readable problem. So we're presented with a number of seconds and we have to write a function which takes a non-negative integer as input and returns the time in a human readable format, which is hours, hours, minute, minute, second, seconds, which means whatever we're doing for the hours, we're going to pad it to two digits ranging from 00 to 99, minutes ranging from 00 to 59, seconds ranging from 00 to 59, and the maximum time will never exceed 3599. So you can find some. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to cover this maximum time exceeding. So you have to be careful with that. So let's copy this out, and then we're going to come here. We're going to first check if seconds greater than 35999. Right? Okay, let me just paste it here. All right, we're going to return. We're going to return. I think we're supposed to return. Are we supposed to return anything? I don't think we should. Let's just return this. If there is a complaint, then we can now know that. Okay. So now we're going to go if seconds greater than 60, right? Sorry, if seconds less than 60. So first thing that we want to do, we want to actually remember how time is calculated. So we're going to go 60 seconds equal to 1 minute. 60 minutes 60 minutes 1 hour, and then we have 24 hours go to 1 day, but we're not working with hours here, but we're just going to have it there for just for it to be there. So we remember this formula from far back in school, so we just have to write it here so we don't miss out. So first things first, we're going to deal with the seconds, and then we're going to deal with the minutes and seconds, and then we're going to deal with the hours, minutes, and seconds. So first of all, this is kind of the easiest part, which is to get the seconds. So we're going to say if seconds that we want to do. So if you have numbers less than, if you have the seconds less than that, so what you want to do is you want to divide whatever you have in common, right? You don't even need to divide, right? It's just plain returning. You just return the number and then you just format it correctly. So we're going to do a return 0000, and then we're going to do seconds. Okay, but then we're going to use a z-fill. Z-fill is used specifically for adding zeros to the end of a number depending on what you specify. So I am going to do a z-fill. We use z-fill of 2. If I do the z-fill of 3, that means it's going to pad the number only there is when there is less than 3 digits. So right now this z-fill is dealing with numbers to make sure it is a 2 digit. So if it is 1 digit, it's going to add 0. If it's 2 digits, it will leave it that way. If I made it 3, it's going to do, if it's 60, it's going to be 60. But then if it's if it's 60, it's going to be 060, unless it's 300 before it's going to work on it. So then this z-fill, it works for only strings. So what you want to do, you want to make sure it is only strings you're actually working with. So you're going to go string. So hold on, let me check my audio. I think let me see if my audio is okay. All right, so okay, I think it's okay. So right now we're going to have that. Then we're going to say if seconds is less than, 60 seconds make 1 minute. That means 60 minutes make 1 hour. So we know that if we do 60 times 60, we're going to have 1 hour, right? So what do we have by 60 times 60? Since we're dealing with minutes before hours, we don't need to have 60, we don't need to have that 60 minutes. So we have to say less than 60 times 60, which is short for, which is shortly, we already know shorts, it says. So we're going to say if elif, because right now we want to act on it if this is not true. This one actually, if it's not true, we just want to continue. Okay, so that is what we're using an elif here. So we're going to say return, no, yeah, let's just do this. Return, we want to have 0, 0 here, and then we want to have um, minutes here, and then we want to have the remaining seconds. So I'm not using the seconds itself because we don't want to, you know, make it look more complicated than it is. So we're going to come down. Right, sorry about that. So we're going to come up here. So we know that what we're getting here is the minutes and the remaining seconds. So minutes, how do we get the minutes? So we get the minutes by doing whatever we have divided by absolute division by 60. So if you have 3, 6, and we know that is 60 minutes. If we have 3, 5, 9, 9, if you divide by 60, absolutely, we're going to have 59, right? So that's what we want to do. We want to do minutes, go to seconds, absolute division 60, and then we have remaining seconds. Let me just copy this out. Remaining seconds. So how do we do this? So we know that what we did here was just to get seconds. So we want to do kind of the opposite for this. So we want to do a second. We want to get that remainder that we didn't get from this guy. We want to actually get it right now. So if we divide by 60, the remainder that we abandoned here, we want to use it here. So that's what happens. If you divide by 60, whatever is remaining is the seconds. So it's the remaining seconds. So that's what we want to work here. So don't forget to z-fill this. All right, so we have that. So we're going to work with okay, we've already covered this. So let's just make this 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's just keep it that way. I don't know if it returns an error, then we can look for something else to do. So we say else, and then right now we're going to look for hours. We're going to look for minutes, and then we're going to look for the remaining seconds. So for the remaining seconds, we already know what to do. We're going to still have seconds. Now, it gets a little bit tricky this time around. We want to get our minutes and hours because we're not just working with numbers that begin the minutes. We have exceeded the minutes. So we have to make sure that we are formatting correctly for the minutes and for the hours. So we want to say the minutes, we're going to divide by 60, quite all right. But we want to, after dividing by 60, we want to get the remainder of that because we've exceeded 36. So when we divide by 60, we want to still get the remainder of that division. So you're going to actually know how many minutes you have. So I think the demonstration will be better. Seconds divided absolutely by 60. So if you do seconds divided by 60 absolutely, for instance, if you have 3, 6, 65. So if you do the absolute division, you're going to be having a number like we're going to be in something like, I think, um, all right, there's no way for me to test, but when I get to my IDE, because I normally solve it before solving here, we are going to test that particular situation out. But on a normal case, this is what you're going to do. Then we're going to have that. And we're going to do the hours. For us to have the hours, we're going to divide by 36. You remember when we were doing this, we did less than this. We're going to divide by 60 because we know that we're not going to get to 36. So now we've exceeded 36. So right now, okay, I think that is exactly what happens here. So if you look at it, we have seconds. 636. All right. So that is it. Oh, sorry. So I want to get the remainder after the division. So this is for the hours, this is for the minutes. So if you look at it, the hours, the same way we got the minutes, the same way we got the hours, and kind of the same way we got the remaining seconds, by the same way we're actually getting the minutes in this case, and then the seconds remain the same. Because of course, it has to remain the same. That's what is remaining after all conversions have been done. So we're going to return this. Let me close that. And then we're going to have hours, sorry, hours, we have minutes, and then we're going to have remaining seconds. So we don't forget the Z field. All right, so we've done that. What we're going to do right now is to, yeah, I think this should be it. This should be it. So let us run this down. Let's see if we actually got it correctly. Okay, so okay, I think yeah, I think we didn't get that correctly. So I think there's an issue with our solution. Um, right. So we're going to go now. Let's look at this correctly. We passed the first two tests, which is 0 and 59. I have a feeling we should have actually passed the rest. All right, let's look at this. Let's see what we had an issue with. So I actually tested it out, as you can see here. So I don't know where it must have gone wrong. Let's check this out. So we have this. 60. We have this. Ours. Okay, now that's strange. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this out and I'm going to paste it here. Hmm. I think something has to be wrong somewhere because this solution I've actually cross-checked it with what I did in my IDE and it's all the same. So I really don't know why it's having a failed test. Hmm. Yeah, is the math in my is the math in my in my IDE different from the math in in Code Wars? Um, huh, okay. Should I remove this? Let me see if that would help. Still the same. Hmm. So first thing we're going to look at this. So Z field 2. I think that is correct. If 36 seconds divided by 60, absolutely. In seconds equal to, yes. As 36. Okay, that's really weird. Guys, just look at this. Look at this. Um I'm going to go with this. Alright, can you guys see this? So as you can see, the codes are quite literally the same. What I wrote and tested. I really don't know why this is different. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy this out and I'm going to paste it in place of this. Let us see. Let's see if or where the issue is coming from. Alright, now let's run the code. Oh really? That means I must have made an error. Let's compare. We have seconds. This is crazy. Seconds. If seconds less than 36 minutes seconds divided by 60 absolutely seconds remaining seconds. Okay, so sorry, I've seen the issue. I've seen the issue. So I've seen the issue right now. What we're going to do is, oh, damn, so sorry about that. And we're working with the remainder, not multiplication. That's crazy. So right now we should pass. All right, so that's it. We're going to make the attempt and attempt it. We're going to see if all the pass. Okay, all the tests have passed. Right, so thank you. That was a crazy one. That was a miss. whatever they call it. That was a very crazy one. So thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to like, comment, and share. Really crazy. Uh, Thank you very much for joining. See you in the next one. Wow, that's crazy. It got me 42.